Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So how fast does a week go around? So I'm going to be doing my weekly shop my stash now. There has been a few changes to how I store my makeup, which you'll see if you haven't already seen it in the video that I put up last night. So that video was my new makeup organisational video. I went through how I store my eyeshadow palettes and I showed you all that. It was a very long video, so I appreciate you if you did go and check it out. Thank you so much. Anyway, what we'll be doing now is we'll be going to the vanity. I'll show you what I used this past week. I'll also put last week's Shop My Stash in the cards section here, and we'll be choosing new products for the upcoming week. Right guys, so here we are at my vanity. So there's been a little bit of a switch around. Like I said, you would have seen it in last night's video if you got to see that. If not, I'm going to leave it in the cards and you'll be able to go and check that out if you want. Like I said, it's nearly an hour long, so it is a long video, so you'll need snacks and a drink. But yeah, I mean, it's worth checking out, I think. So the drawers here we're going to go into now. So top drawers are base products. So I did use this. So this is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion in the shade, I think, Shell. Yeah, Shell L0. So it's the lightest one you can get, so that one can go back. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Normally when I use that it looks nice, but I didn't like the way it looked. It could be down to this though. Could be down to this Glossier Future Dew, because this is quite dewy, and also the Light Illusion's quite dewy, so they might not have mixed well. So I'm going to put that one back as well. Then I've got these two powders in from Laura Geller. So we've got the Balance and Brighten foundation in Porcelain, and then the Balance and Brighten in the shade Medium. And I did a video where I mixed both of those. I tried the Zoeva, the new Zoeva brush I've got. That's on the channel I think now, so if you want to go and check that out you can. Also, I'm going to put this back, this Glossier concealer, which is looking like a hot mess. No matter how much I use, it just looks like I've not used anything, and I was using it every single day with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and it worked out pretty well. So this one is in Fair Rose, that one can go back. This e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder I've hit more pan. So that looks like that one can go back. Right, so we've got a few Project Pan things in here. I also had this in, so I've had this in for the past 2 weeks and I've not used it, so I'm just going to put it back in the collection. So this is Project Pan, the Essence Brighten Up, so we don't need to talk about that. This is in a unofficial Project Pan. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Shots. They're called Shots, and this one is the Pore Refining Primer. All the writing's come off already. That's how much I've been using it. This is an unofficial Project Pan foundation. This is the only SPF I've got, so that stays in. Now I'm literally down to the last bit of this NYX Y base. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's not much left to go. But then I've got a W7 one to get through, and then I'll be able to buy some more eyeshadow primers. I've not bought eyeshadow primers in a very long time. Let's pop some of this stuff over here. Right, blusher is when it's going to get really difficult to put things back, just purely because cream blushes especially I want to keep in. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what I can actually put back. Right, so I didn't use the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Peachy Love. That has to stay in because I didn't use it. These Barry M blushers, I want them to stay in as well. These Fresh Face Barry M blushers. I think I may have used them once, maybe twice. So we've got Peach Glow and Summer Rose. I think I used them both once actually and mixed them, so they're going to stay in. This is all going to stay in. This is also going to stay in as well. I've not used it. Right, so I know for sure the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow can go back because I used that a couple of times. I will put the Hourglass Luminous Flush back, the mini I've got. I think I used that once. In this case, we're not going to need to pull blushes out, so I really want to use that for another week. So yeah, I don't think we're going to need to pull any blushes out. I'll probably pull one out, but other than that, I don't think I will be pulling much out. On the blusher front, okay, so highlighters. Again, I want to leave this in. I've only used it once. I used it once for a video that was requested, so that's that one. So we're going to be using that. I've not used this Doll Light highlighter either, so that's going to stay in. I did want to keep this in to see how much more pan I could use, so I'll still do that. And then all the rest, the Project Pan. So maybe again I'll just pull one highlighter, just purely because we've got all them in. Right, move them over here. Right, and then I've got this drawer down here. So we've got the Kors Bronze and Glow palette. I think the reason I didn't use a lot of blush is because I use this quite a lot, at least 3 times. So it comes with a bronzer, highlight and blush. This blush is absolutely stunning. That can go back in the collection. We've got the Revolution and Imagination Highlight to the Moon palette. I think I only used the bronzer once. That can just stay there, and then this Natasha Denona Chromium in the shade Scarab always stays in this drawer because I do want to make a point of using it before it dries out. Then we've got eyeshadow palettes. I did want to keep these in for a little bit longer. Let's talk about the YSL one. So I did a look with this YSL one. It turned out quite nice in the end. I used this shade, and this shade, and I also used one from the Lick and Lash Beauty, so I'll keep that for now. So these palettes are on the chopping block, guys. So we've got the Lick and Lash Beauty one, and I look at it and I am drawn to certain shades, like I'm drawn to these pinky tone shades up here, and I'm drawn to the bronze shades. So I think maybe I'll keep it in for a little bit longer and not declutter it, but it's just such a big palette, and I don't like having big palettes in the collection. I mean, I do feel like I need to use it a couple more times before I make a decision whether I want to give it away. Then we've got this Rachel Leary palette, which I used and I've done a video on. So it's the Goddess on the Go. I really enjoyed the face products, but when it came to the eyeshadows, yeah, they're alright, but they're not brilliant. So I want to use it one more time. But I want to shop my stash for different eyeshadow palettes, so I'll use it at a different stage, and if I still don't like it, I'll pass it on. It's a brand new palette, that. And then we've got this one. So this one is the I Heart Makeup Chocolate Rose Gold. Again, I've done one eye look with this. It's not enough to know whether I want to keep or declutter it. Which one did I use? This shade here. I want to try this shade out. It looks really pretty. If I do like a few of the shades in this palette, then I will keep it. I'm not just going to declutter it for the sake of decluttering it. But all these palettes are going back, and we're going to choose some new palettes for the upcoming week. This primer on top of here will stay just because it's going to be my Project Pan primer. We're nearly done with it, and it really needs to get out of the collection. It is an old primer by Japanesque. It's the Radiance one, so that one will stay. So I'm going to pop all of these products back, and then we'll come back and choose my makeup for the upcoming week. Right, so let's begin. So I've gone back to the old way, where Pretty Random chooses my whole entire makeup, apart from my eyeshadow palettes I'm going to be choosing there. Right, so it's telling me the primer Beam Dream, but we've got a Radiance primer already, so really I could do with not having that. Maybe pull this one. I know we've had it recently, but it's an anti-fatigue primer, so maybe that could be a contender. That's an illuminating one. That's a moisturising one. Actually, no, let's pull. I've not used this in a hot second. Let's pull the Laura Geller Sparkle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer. This probably would have been good for those powdered foundations. So, yeah, let's pull that one. So then we've got two. I'm going to pop that on top where the other primer sits. Right, so for foundation, I'm going to be using this new one. I've already done a wear test on it and I was really impressed with it. So it's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and we've already got a foundation in the drawers as well, so that'll be enough for that. Powders, it's telling me Essence All About Matte. I really don't like this one, but we need to be using it, so you can see I don't like it. It's barely been used. So yeah, we'll be using that. And then for loose powder, it's telling me Elf Halo Glow. It definitely wants me to be dewy, doesn't it? So where is that? Oh, here. So yeah, we're going to be using that one as well. Concealer. Right, it's telling me the Maybelline one. I want to pull the Revolution Fast Base Concealer. I've not used that in a while, and I've used the Maybelline one, so yeah, we'll pull that one. Bronzer, the NYX Contouring Top. I have not used this in a hot minute, so I think we're just going to use this. I'm not going to pull a physical bronzer just because I want to get through that Revolution one, so we'll use that. And then is that it? Right, I do want to pull an illuminating product, so I think I'm going to pull this. I mean, you can use it as a primer, but it's mainly an illuminator. So it's the L'Oreal Glow Cherie. I think it's in the shade 2. So yeah, we'll pull that, because that foundation, I wouldn't say it's matte, but it's long wearing and it doesn't have much of a glow. So yeah, I really like to glow, so we'll do that. And then I think it's just over to the main collection. Yeah, for blushes, which I'm not going to choose a lot of blush. I'm not going to choose a lot of highlighters. So it's going to be a very quick Shop My Stash this time, just purely because I want to get some ideas on the blushes and highlighters that are in my collection. So let's head over to the main collection and see what we can pull. Right, so for the blushes, it's chosen the Essence Matte Touch in Peach Me Up, the Essence Befitting, the Revolution Shimmer Brick, which is a cream stick, so we'll forego that for sure because I've got too many creams in there, and the Kiko Blending Wave in 02. So let's pull the other three out and see what they look like. So 02 is more of a mauve tone blush, so that's that one. Peach Me Up. Peach Me Up is quite spring summer, isn't it? So that could be a goer. And then there's the one in Befitting, which I don't know where I put, and I've used that anyway recently. Oh, it's here. All the Essence ones really need to go together. Struggling with this, guys, if I'm being honest. Let's do some swatches. Right, so that's Peach Me Up, and then we'll do the Kiko one. Right, so we'll pull Peach Me Up out. So I think it's just the one blusher and then maybe one highlighter. Right, so the highlighters that it's telling me to pull, some of these. So we've got PS Mermaid Glow. I won't pull that one. highlighters in Pearl and Champagne. So that one is Champagne. And if you watched last week's Shop My Stash, I was supposed to pull one of these then. That one's Rose Gold. It's not telling me to pull that one. And then that one's Pearl. Right, so those are the two swatches. So Pearl. See, I don't know if I want to keep these. So it's good that it's telling me to pull them. And they're pretty pigmented. Those are the two swatches there. So that's Pearl and that's Champagne. And I pulled Pearl. And it's also asking me to pull in a highlighter palette. Because each time I do this, I choose a face palette. And it's telling me to pull in the Essence one. But we've also got the Huda Beauty one. I don't feel like I need two face palettes in this week's rotation. So we'll leave that. And then we'll go straight to lipsticks. And then it's eyeshadow palettes, because we're doing a full Shop My Stash now. I explained that in last week's Shop My Stash rotation. Instead of like pulling eyeshadow palettes separately and doing like the base makeup separately, I'm just going back to the old school way of doing things. So yeah, we'll do the lipsticks and then I'll do the eyeshadow palettes. Right, so these lipsticks are literally all over the place. So we'll go off the list. So we've got Tanya Bear Christmas Stocking, which I think is in my other, I don't think it's in here. So we've got Tanya Bear Christmas Stocking, which I don't think's in here, and then it goes to PS Beauty Velvet Touch, which is this one. That's quite nice, and I've not used that for a while, so we'll use that. What else? NYX Lingerie in Beauty Mark, that's somewhere else as well. Essence Matte in 03, which is this one, which is quite nice, but it's a cream, so I just want to see if I want to keep it or declutter it, so we'll definitely pull that one. Lottie Slay All Day in the shade Work It, that's not in here either, so what I'm going to do is try and figure out where the other ones are. Right, so I think the NYX Lingerie one will be in this Skull Cup, so we need to look for Beauty Mark, Scandalous, Teddy, Beauty Mark. So that's what that one looks like. I think it's a little bit too dark, to be honest, but we will pull it because that's what they're asking me to pull. So that one can go back now. Then it was the Tanya Bear one, which I'm sure must be in here with all the other liquids. Could be anywhere though, honestly. Got that much in here. Oh, it's here. So that's it there. I'm glad that it's pulled that one because that's the only red it's giving me. And then what else was it? Oh yeah, Lottie Slay All Day and Work It. That's Flake. And I've not used this in a long time either. I think it must be this one. Yeah, that's it there. So we will do swatches of those so you can see what they look like. Oh, I haven't put my Maybelline ones back. Okay, right, so let me just take these swatches off that I did, and then we'll do the lipsticks. Then I'll pop everything away. There really isn't a lot that I'm gonna put into the collection, and then we'll choose palettes and then we're done. So right, I don't normally do liquids, but we will do it. So I'll swatch the NYX Lingerie Beauty Mark first. Yeah, it's really dark. Look how dark that is. It's more for autumn and winter. I don't think I'll get much use out of that. Then I'm going to swatch Velvet Touch by Primark. That's quite nude. So that looks like that. Then I'm going to swatch the Essence in 03, which looks quite plummy. Well, it's like a pinky mauve, so that's not too bad. It says it's matte, but it truly isn't as matte as I would like it anyway. And then we're going to go in with Christmas Stocking by Tanya Bear. This is a really nice red, guys, really nice. And then I'm going to go in with Work It by Lottie London. So that's all the 5 lipsticks I'm going to be working on this upcoming Shop My Stash. Oops, they're going to fall. Just let me take them off before the liquids start to set. Right, and I already know what palettes I want to choose for the upcoming week. You won't be surprised, guys. So I'm just going to take you back over to the palettes and we'll choose them. Right, so the first palette is in this drawer here. Can you guess what it is yet? I'm going to go with the Kimchi Juicy 9 Virgin Mojito palette. Now, I've not used this yet, so it's going to be fun using this. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm just going to do that when we're over at the vanity, and then just one more after that. Just need to move everything out. We're going into my Colourpop drawer, guys. So this is where I hold my Colourpop palettes. It's not going to be big enough when my orders come in from Colourpop, but I thought I would use this beautiful, beautiful her honey palette this week. So yeah, they're the 2 palettes that we're going to be using for the upcoming week, and I might do a neutral eye with the Revolution in Soap Extra Spice as well if I get around to it, but I don't think I'll have enough time. So they're the 2 palettes we're going to be using. So let's take these over to the vanity and I'll show you what they look like. I got this Her Honey palette from Depop. It was used gently by somebody else before me, but I've completely sanitised it, so yeah, I really want to see how it performs. The looks that I've seen done with this palette are out of this world, gorgeous. So yeah, I needed to pull that this week. So yeah, we'll definitely be using that. I'll probably use this one first. And then we've got this Kimchi palette, and I'd been waiting and waiting on Beauty Bay for this to come back into stock. At one point I didn't think it was coming back into stock, so I tried sourcing it elsewhere, but I couldn't get it anywhere, and then they notified me that it was back in stock, so I bought it straight away. And they're all the colours. I mean, how beautiful are they? I need to swatch you this one particular green that is absolutely stunning. So the packaging is pretty bland and it is cardboard, which we all know that I don't like. Inside it looks beautiful, by the way, though, doesn't it, guys? Yeah, inside is very, very beautiful. This green here is one of my favourite greens that I've got in my collection, never mind in this palette, in my collection. It's green and it's got like yellow gold fine particles of glitter. I don't think the glitter would even show up, but look at that green, guys. I've done swatches on this palette. I don't know if it's on the channel yet. I think it is. That's the green. That is so, so pretty. So for anyone that knows me and my channel, they won't be surprised by this palette, and they won't be surprised that I just had to pull it out. I've had it a few weeks now in my collection, so yeah, this one definitely needs to be used. And now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, should I use this one first? I'm really stuck for choice whether I'm going to go down the Colourpop route or whether I'm going to go down the Kimchi route, but it doesn't matter what I use, I will be using them all, and I'll be doing how many shimmers do you get in here? 4. So I can do 4 looks with this palette. No, you actually get 1, 2, you get 5. Normally I just like to test the shimmers like all over the lid. I don't know, I'm either going to be doing 4 or 5 looks with this palette, and then I think it's just 3 looks with the Her Honey. It will just be 3 looks with the Her Honey. So I won't keep it, yeah, I will keep it in the box because I don't like my palettes getting dirty. So we'll put these away first. I forgot the plastic. So it goes in the top drawer. You can't see it, can you? So they go in the top drawer here. Literally, I'm not used to having so little palettes. Can you see I've got green eyeshadow on this now, and it will just wipe away really, really easily, just purely because it's plastic. And I would love, like, Colourpop to use these plastic packaging, but I think they've stopped that now, haven't they? So now we're going to put the rest of the makeup away. Let's do lipsticks first. Right, so this is where my lipsticks are now. It's a bit inconvenient, really. I would have liked it near where I actually get ready, but yeah, let's put these away. So we'll put the Stila Patina away. I used that a couple of times. I also used the Melted Matte in Queen Bee at least once. I used the YSL, not a fan of it. I think I might be using this as cream blush going forward. So there's that. I want to keep this Barbie and Pure collaboration in though. I really like that shade. This one can go back. It's the Rosy for Autograph in Silk Rose. I use that at least once. This Christian Dior one can go back as well. I used that once. That one is in the shade Rouge Blossom. This very, very bold lipstick can go back into my little minis. So that's in the shade Tabloid, and it is a bright purple. Well, I'd say bright pink purple. This NARS Damage one can go back. Again, I'm not a fan of it, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then this Maybelline Craving Coral can go back because I've got a red lipstick, so I don't need that. Right, so let's pop these in. Whoops. So I'll pop this at the front, this Tanya Bear one, because otherwise I won't know it's there. Sorry, you're not seeing it. So I popped the Primark one there, the Essence one there, and then these liquids can go there. I've got so much room there. I'm not used to having so much empty room. I don't know whether to keep something in then. Maybe we will keep the Maybelline Craving Coral, and I do like that. And maybe I will keep the Too Faced Melted in Queen Bee, and I really, really love that. So that's what it's looking like now, a lot better. And then these lipsticks are going to go in the collection. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you back over to the vanity. There's a lot of to-ing and fro-ing in this video. I'm sorry about that. And we're going to put everything else away. Wow, look guys, we seriously don't have much left, do we, to put away. Okay, so let's start off with the base drawer. And that's it. Blusher. I was just thinking to myself, did I not pull any highlighter? But that goes in a separate drawer anyway. And then I will give you an overall look inside the drawers, and then we're done, guys. Right guys, so that concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and notifications bell and become part of our crazy little fam. I'm currently working on a giveaway at the moment and I'd love for you to be a part of it. It should be on the channel in the next month or two. So yeah, I would really love for you to be a part of that. Please like, it really does help out the channel. Share and comment, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.